I'm Donna.
And I'm Bruce, and this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Lyrical Wisdom, where we dive into song lyrics and offer heart-based wisdom through our interpretations. If you enjoy what you're hearing, don't forget you can catch every episode of Lyrical Wisdom on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and more.
You can also find us on YouTube. Just search Lyrical Wisdom Show. Do you have a song you'd like to hear us shed some light on? You can email us requests, questions, comments to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on a YouTube video. We'd really love to hear from you. And all requests get an episode and a shout out.
So join us every Tuesday and Friday as we dig deep and deliver our wisdom. And thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to
Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna. How are you today?
Oh, do I get to say it?
I would love it if you would.
I am so excited, Bruce, because I am having a beautiful day in paradise.
Hooray. Me too.
Hooray.
Me
You've
too.
taught me well, and I hope that
Oh.
we've taught each and every one of you just have another day in paradise. Doesn't matter what's going on, you can change it right here and right now.
Yes, you can.
Especially
Yes, you
here listening. Thank you so much. Our love is flowing to you in gratitude.
Yes, it is. Yes, it certainly is. And we are excited about a lot of things happening, but we've got a kind of a playlist that we've kind of put together for you guys. And our awesome sound engineer, Allison, has been behind the scenes putting some of this stuff together. We have a playlist that's on Spotify, I believe, and it's Lyrical Wisdom Songs. So
Yes.
you can go to Spotify and you can find Lyrical Wisdom Songs, and you can basically go and listen to any of the songs while we're building it. So just know that I know that when we build it, you will come and listen to these songs, and you guys are going to love it because they're all the songs that we do for our show. And we're just trying to get them all put up there so that, you know, what we talk about, we can also give you that reference, but also it'll be like your own little library where some of, maybe it's your favorite song or maybe it's just an obscure song, but you know, it'll be there. And it's really cool. So
Oh, yeah.
please go check it out.
Yeah. And I know there's definitely more than 9.
Oh, sweet. Because I actually I hadn't seen it since our last update. And so yeah, it's constantly evolving, you guys. And so we are going to have more than just a playlist up there. We're going to have honestly as many songs as we can include. I know from the episodes that we've done, and we look forward to being challenged with other episodes or other things to talk about. You know, what's a song that you would think that would be fun to talk about, Donna, that somebody could think of asking us to do?
Oh, yes. Please send us your requests.
Yeah,
We want to know. We want to know what you want to hear.
yeah,
And, you know, we also like to be challenged,
yes,
right, Bruce?
yeah, and that's why I say, you know, what is a song that you would think that would be fun for us to talk about? And
Yeah.
I used an example once before, and I don't know another one. I can't think of another song that is maybe kind of like, honestly, you might think is silly. Maybe, you know, you might think it's a
What
little
about
more
Yellow Submarine?
Yellow Submarine, yay. Thank you. Exactly. And just things that, you know, like, you know, you would want to hear us talk about. There's a song by this gentleman used to sing. He was at the University of Wisconsin, and then he became a big singer. And he does a song that a lot of people mistake the lyrics for something else.
Hmm.
Um, And so that's very vague, but I'm sure somebody out there is going to figure it out. Let us know and we'll talk about it, because just like Yellow Submarine, it'll be fun to
Yeah.
just, look at some of these lyrics and take a swipe at them. I love it. I know Donna, we love it. So yeah, hit us up, because that's what we live for. No, we don't live for, necessarily, but yeah, we love to do this. And, yeah, give us something that is challenging. That'll be fun. Yeah. Um,
Yes, it brings us joy to do this for you. And we hope that you find a little bit of joy in what we share with you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We've got a great song today. And it's funny because, when you think about like the title of this song, it kind of makes you think that can't exist. That's like something that shouldn't be happening, you know. But that's the fun part about, I think, this song is it's kind of like something that is giving you like that right away. It's the title of the song is kind of, I don't want to call it a double negative, but it's kind of like something that it just doesn't quite work out. You know what I mean?
Well, it captures you because you're like, wait, how can that be?
Yes,
And therefore you want to know how it comes to be.
exactly. Yeah,
it
yeah,
it
yeah.
it 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 piques your interest, and we hope that you all also perhaps can challenge us with a song that piques your interest in the
Yes.
same way. So I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get into this.
Today
What oh,
yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
This,
Thank you.
well, this is, I know this band, Bruce. A lot of songs. It's really, I love doing this because I'm learning so much more about music and I'm hearing songs that I've never heard before. So this one, I do know this band, and I'm sure you do too, Bruce, right? It was more my
Yes.
kids' band, but
Yeah. No, I know. I know. I've actually heard this song, and yeah, no, I think that this is a song that resonates with a lot of us. It's just kind of funny because I've never really taken a really deep dive into this song like this, and that's why that the title of the song just like kind of makes me laugh, because it's something we were talking about as we were getting ready to do the show today. It's like, this shouldn't exist, this doesn't quite make sense. But you don't really think about it at first when you hear somebody singing it, because all you care about is how the song sounds. And so, you know I love that about it. But yes, let's get right
yeah,
into it. Thank you,
yeah.
Donna.
Okay. This is 9 in the Afternoon by Panic at the Disco. Back to the street where I began, feeling as good as lovers can. Yeah, we're feeling so good. Picking up things we shouldn't read. It looks like the end of history, as we know. It's just the end of the world. Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as love. You could, you can. Into a place where thoughts can bloom. Into a room where it's 9 in the afternoon. And we know that it could be, and we know that it should. And you know that you feel it too, 'cause it's 9 in the afternoon. And your eyes are the size of the moon. You could, 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do when it's 9 in the afternoon. Back to the street, down to our feet, losing the feeling of feeling unique. Do you know what I mean? Back to the place where we used to say, man, it feels good to feel this way. Now I know what I mean. Back to the street, back to the place back to the room where it all began, 'cause it's 9 in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You could, 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do when it's 9 in the afternoon. It's a fun one.
That's really an amazing song. I love this.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
this.
yeah, because I mean, we all know that it really can't be 9 in the afternoon. There's no such thing, right? But
No, yeah,
is
that's
there?
what is there? Well, there is in this sense, and I like to think of it as also like being in the zone with somebody who, and I'm going to borrow this from the conversation that we had. You're so in love and you're so in this moment because that's what I feel like the song is speaking to is being with somebody else and knowing that they can be together and enjoying that partnership and in that moment and all of the things that that moment can feel like and all of the experiences that you can have during that moment. And so to me that's what it really is saying, and that's why 9 in the afternoon can feel like, okay, you've gotten to, you know 9 p.m. at night and you're like, oh, I guess it's 9 in the afternoon because you can't believe that that time just passed. Like not just
Right.
morning, morning, middle of the day, afternoon, that all just went all by, from the night before. And now it's 9 o'clock. And you're like, you know, it can now kind of be a little bit of a, I guess, kind of an ironic joke. But at the same time, it's a very special feeling because you're feeling these things and you're experiencing these things that are extremely unique within the context of what I know the song is talking about. And that's being with somebody in those moments of, I feel like true love.
Aw, yeah, and we all know that time is just a construct.
Yeah.
And I know, oh, another song dropping in, Bruce. Afternoon delight.
Yes. Yes.
We all know
Yeah.
that afternoons are that time of day where just we feel good. I mean, the morning you got to wake up, you got to get going. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes time to start really connecting. And then there's the afternoon, which is before the evening, which we all know that there's really not much evening because we sleep at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
know that our whatever we're present in, we have to let go of in the evening. And so the afternoon is like this special time, I believe, that most people get off from work, you know.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
it's a time before that darkness sets in that you can just let go of the day and just be.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's a wonderful moment, I think, to kind of allow kind of that release, kind of that, that all of those things, the release, the experience of bringing it in, all of these things. It's that wonderful moment that we can actually take, and especially at that time, you know. Um, and I really like how, in a way, you know, the song kind of has a way that I like to think of, kind of not, I don't want to say forcing, but it like makes you kind of look at things in a little bit of a literal way, in the sense of back to the street, you know, because it's starting with the lyrics of kind of really that back to the street where we began, kind of like a very hard kind of brick and mortar kind of way of saying, here we are, imagine yourself back on the street where we began. Where was that? Suddenly the mind is going to, is it, on the sidewalk? Was there like a market, a cafe, whatever it might be. And so there's this immediate tie into, kind of a very physical kind of literal thing. And then it goes right to, I think, this beautiful transition into feeling as good as lovers can, you know? Yeah, we are feeling so good. Like, I just feel like that is, it's really kind of acknowledging what you're talking about. Here is this moment that, this time that we've constructed, but it's also within this emotion, this feeling, this kind of like, I want to call it a fuzzy zone.
Well, the other really cool thing, Bruce, is that in numerology, the number nine is completion,
Oh, wow.
transformation, and humanitarianism. It's the final single digit number. And of course, we all know that the number 10 follows 9, which the number 1, because you let go of the 0, is the beginning, new
Wow.
beginnings. And so for the song, starting this way, back to the street where we began, it's like it's 9 in the afternoon is that completion, that ending. And the all everything we've learned, and then back to the street, here we go, starting all over again where we began, feeling good as lovers can. We're feeling so good.
Yeah.
And then what happens, Bruce? Well, then you pick up things you shouldn't read. Looks like the end of history. As we know, it's just the end of the world.
I like these lyrics because I love the way it really does kind of make it tongue in cheek to me. It adds a
Yes,
little bit of a sense of humor because, yeah, it is saying, it's saying what the experience is. Back to
right.
the street, feeling so good,
Yeah.
picking up things we shouldn't read because, like, this is right here. And, you go out into the world, in some cases, everything is being, shoved in your face, like news, end of history, just the end of the world. And, then they go right back. They're like, well, that does not phase me. Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as love you could, you can. Like, it is just like, that is not even touching this zone I'm in. I'm flowing here. See you later. It's like, I am not, I'm not like acknowledging that stuff because where I am, it just can't touch this. And so that's, I think, where it starts to go after that. I don't want to get too far ahead though.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. Because once you've completed, 9 is also the number of wisdom and spirituality. It represents spiritual growth, divine knowledge, and the ability to use past experiences as lessons for future decisions. Thank you, Allison.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, back to the street where we began, feeling as good as love. You could, you can. So,
Yeah.
in other words, it's all in choices you make. What
Yes.
have you learned on your end of the world, ending of history as you know it? That 9 completion cycle. What did you gain from it?
Yeah.
Because it can feel as good as love. And it takes you into a place where thoughts can bloom, into a room where it's 9 in the afternoon.
Yeah. No, I agree. And that's because you can be taken into that room, into a whole nother dimension, into a whole nother experience. And it's all within your own ability. We all have that ability to just, I mean, it sounds almost like it shouldn't be so easy, but and maybe it isn't. But honestly, you can go right back in that room and be at 9 in the afternoon, and we know that it could be, and we know that it should, and that you feel it too, because we all know what it feels like to feel like it's 9 in the afternoon. You know, I just, I love how that goes into that. Like, it's almost like it's almost an I am phrase, you
Oh,
know,
I love
it's like,
that. Yeah.
And that's the thing is that that's where I feel like that's where I embrace it. I embrace it in the sense that we know that it could be, we know that it should, because it's always 9 in the afternoon, that always beautiful, loving, fuzzy place that feels so good. It's
Right,
always there.
right.
It's always there.
It's, yeah, in other words, everything you experienced up to that point of 9 in the afternoon,
Yeah,
you've completed it. You don't have to repeat it. It's you've gleaned the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding. You've cultivated that place where love can bloom, where thoughts can bloom.
yeah, absolutely,
It's, yeah,
absolutely.
you feel it. You really, really do.
Yeah, and it's deep. That's why I
Hmm.
like, when they say they kind of really make a point of trying to say how good, this feels, because I
Right.
love that. It really punctuates it. Because then, they say in that, and that you feel it too, like, because in this moment, there I think there have to be two beings together, because then, and your eyes are the size of the moon. You could because you can. So you do. We are feeling so good, just the way that we do when it's 9 in the afternoon. I love that. And the one part, the only really veering off of the path that we're on right now and this vibe that I know we're feeling, the part of that that's a little bit different in these lyrics is, and your eyes are the size of the moon. And I loved something that we were talking about before, Donna, because I think that we really kind of touched on what this is kind of referring to. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to bring that up if you don't mind.
Well, this is beautiful because what it is recognizing the God in the other person, recognizing the divinity.
Yeah,
Because I have noticed that when someone is speaking from their heart, um, some people call it channeling, um, but I see it all the time when someone is just being sincere and being
yeah,
in that place of love. Their eyes are huge and not just, it's their whole iris. It's like their eyes become big and you're
yeah,
drawn to them. And we all know that, or I believe, I believe it's my truth that eyes are the windows to the soul. When the eyes are the size of the moon, I'm imagining this, Bruce, as light. When the
yeah,
light
yeah,
comes through the eyes, they appear as just big moons. When the light's shining on the moon, when the moon is full, it's so big and so bright. And I
yeah,
love the fact that they brought this into the song because for me, that's what they're talking about. I mean, what do you
absolutely.
guys think out there? I mean, have
Yeah,
you ever, like when you fall in love with someone and you're looking into their eyes? This comes from my daughter Allison, who told me, some people call them goo goo eyes or whatever. When you're
yeah,
looking into your lover's eyes, they appear big as the moon. They're just
yes,
big and beautiful and bright.
yes,
So,
yes, yes. That makes me truly believe that there's more to love than necessarily meets the eye. Ha
oh,
ha ha.
yeah.
I don't mean to make a pun. I don't mean to make a
That's
pun.
beautiful.
But I do believe that, and I
Yeah.
think that that's, and, not just in the sense that, the there are many things about love that a lot of people and a lot of us don't always understand. And so I think that that's where I think it is really going in the song, is that there's such a deep love that, yes, I agree with you, the channeling of love, the feeling of love, it is also deep, it is overwhelming, it's joyous, it is intoxicating, and it can make you feel completely overwhelmed with all kinds of different feelings, and so, and all good, really, a lot of good things going on. And so it can be something that I believe makes your eyes the size of the moon. I think that's a beautiful way to describe it. Yeah. And I'm grateful for you to expand on that, really. Donna, thank you for that, because I think that that is a beautiful way to talk about it. Because, then they go to you could because you can, so you do. And what I love about that is that I've heard people say this, and I love to say this too. And that is that if you can, you do because you can, and it's something
Yeah.
that you, and it's also something that, makes you feel good, and, it's positive for you, it's successful for you, it's all of these things, and you can because you can. So you do. And that's the way it is. We are feeling like all of that is just like, yeah, because yeah, we can, and we are feeling so good just the way that we do, like this is the norm. There isn't anything that can break through this because we are at 9 in the afternoon. There's just no doubt. We're going to be there. We're going to be in this zone. We are going to be these people or these beings. And there is no way to break it unless we take our mind somewhere else and put that in there, or do that to ourselves, basically. And obviously, hey, if I'm in this song like that and I love that place because I can be there, it is such a wonderful place. I'm, experiencing a little bit of that this morning, but I'm just going to say that, honestly, this is just a beautiful thing. It's like, you can be there anytime you want, but then, yeah, maybe you got to go somewhere else. But you know what I mean?
Well, I was
Yeah.
transported to France for just a moment, Bruce,
Oh,
because I
awesome.
couldn't. Dean Martin, I couldn't, or Dean, Dean. Yeah, I think it is Dean Martin. He
He's
wouldn't
a,
get out
yeah,
of my head. Um, when your eyes, when the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
yeah, there it is. There it
It's
is.
like, oh my gosh, yes. The
Yeah.
moon in your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. That is love. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. So
Yeah.
that's what this, for me, that's what this song is saying. I mean, what do you guys out there think? What do you think this is saying? Because we're curious. Have you ever fallen in
Absolutely.
love? Have you ever, experienced what we're talking about? Is this, I would love to hear from everybody about a time, it doesn't have to be if if you think about it, the first time you fell in love, or maybe just when you got something that you loved, like a puppy, what is it? We would love to hear back some comments from you all about um, the feeling of being in the flow, which is also just connected to love. It could be a feeling of doing something you love, being in the flow. We would
Absolutely.
love to hear about an experience that you had being in the flow, being
Absolutely.
in love.
Absolutely. And because that's the thing, is that those moments are really special, and please share, because um that's a, I think it's a beautiful memory. And if you have these beautiful memories, they can be, enjoyed, and it can take you back to that place, and you can have that enjoying, loving moment, more than once, because you can experience it over and over again, because we tend to take ourselves back to the street, down to our feet, losing the feeling of feeling unique. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because then
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
we allow ourselves to go back to the place where we used to say, man, it feels good to feel this way, you know? And that's like, I love that.
Hmm.
What I love about this part of the song is it goes into a bit of a cycle. It goes back to the street, down to our feet, losing the feeling of feeling unique. And we know what that feels like. And then back to the place where we used to say, man, it feels good to feel this way. Know what I mean? Like it's like, but we know that one too. And we
Yeah.
also go back to the street, back to the place, back to the room where it all began, because it's 9 in the afternoon. And I love that. It's like this flow of, what I'm talking about. You know what this feels like. And we've been in this, these exact same places, because it is good to also feel like, oh, I want to go back there. I have that memory of that beautiful love. We were just talking about it. Tell us about it, because that's what it's talking about here. We know what that feels like because we all have our 9 in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I love how he does distinguish between this and that by saying first back to the street,
Yeah.
down to our
Yeah.
feet, losing
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
feeling of feeling unique. And
Yeah.
then you go back to the place where we
Yeah.
used to say, man, it feels good to feel this way.
Yeah.
So for me, it is an acknowledgement of you create your reality, because
Yeah.
what that place where it feels good to you can be on the street when you're
Yeah.
walking side by side with your love, or just walking
Yeah.
by yourself, you know. It
Yeah.
is what you create, because
Yeah.
your eyes are the size of the moon. You could, because you can, so you do. We're feeling so good just the way that we do when it's 9 in the afternoon.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, it's so, for me, it's asking each and every one of you, when and where is your 9 in the afternoon? We want to know about when the last time was that you experienced 9 in the afternoon, when your eyes were the size of the moon, or you were, because you felt so good. You're in the flow. You're doing it. You're just being love, seeing love, experiencing love in all its many forms.
Yeah. I think about that, and it really takes it. It's a beautiful feeling inside of knowing, where you felt that, because, I know that we've all felt that feeling just like you had described before, and in that moment of love. And so I love the fact that, like, when we learn to, you know, allow ourselves to release certain things, but we can also remember certain things, because, um, I have very good memories that I like to think about and allow myself to saturate myself in that feeling of awesome in that moment, because it happened and I can make it happen by going to that place. It's a time travel. It's a rubbing the genie's lamp. It's all of those things that I can give to myself just in that moment where I just think about that thing that I remember so clearly and so well. And it just makes me feel so good. It makes me feel like I'm at 9 in the afternoon.
Me too. Me too. Thank you, Bruce.
Thank
And
you,
thank
Donna.
you, each and every one of you. Let's make it a 9 in the afternoon. Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do this. So please leave a comment, send us an email, let us know when you last felt 9 in the afternoon. That flow of love coming through your life, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining us here today on
Lyrical
Wisdom.